Interesting facts about polyglots. Number 1. What are polyglots? A polyglot is someone who speaks multiple languages. The term is derived from the Greek term, polyglottos, meaning many-tongued. Polyglots are usually highly knowledgeable about language and linguistics and are capable of learning, speaking and understanding many different languages. They often use language as a tool to explore culture, history, and communication. Polyglots have a range of abilities, from being able to fluently speak multiple languages to being able to understand the basics of several languages. Famous polyglots are often admired for their achievements and the ability to communicate across cultures. Number 2. Dialects. Polyglots can also develop competence in many dialects of a language. Dialects are variations of a language that are distinguished by particular vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Although dialects vary from language to language, they tend to be used by people in a specific geographic region, such as Southern English or Italian dialects. Polyglots can develop the ability to understand and speak different dialects of a language, often with a mastery that is just as impressive as that of native speakers. Number 3. Tonal languages. Tonal languages are languages that use tones to convey meaning. In tonal languages, tones are used to differentiate between words and to express different meanings or nuances. For example, in Chinese, the word ma can mean mother, horse, or scold, depending on the tone used. Polyglots who are able to master tonal languages are especially impressive, as they must be able to recognize and produce different tones in order to convey different meanings. To learn a tonal language, polyglots must engage in extensive practice and learn to distinguish and imitate the various tones. Number 4. Reading and writing. Skills in a polyglot can vary, depending on how long they've had to learn the language and how much emphasis they put on those skills. Polyglots are people who are able to speak and understand more than one language. This can be due to a variety of reasons. Some polyglots learn languages through formal education, while others may pick up languages informally through travel, media, or simply being surrounded by people who speak multiple languages. When it comes to reading and writing skills in polyglots, it often depends on how much time they've had to learn the language and how much emphasis they have placed on those particular skills. For example, if a polyglot has studied a language for many years, they may have a very strong grasp of the language's grammar rules and a good command of its written form. Conversely, if a polyglot has only had a few months to learn the language and has focused primarily on speaking it, their reading and writing skills may be weaker than that of someone who has had more time to practice. Additionally, if a polyglot has had to learn the language as a second language, they may be more likely to struggle with the written form due to the lack of exposure to the language in its original form. Therefore, the reading and writing skills of a polyglot can vary, depending on the amount of time they've had to learn the language and how much emphasis they have placed on those skills. Number 5. Natural talent or dedication? The answer to this really depends on the individual. Some people are natural polyglots who can learn languages quickly and easily, while others require more dedication and hard work. It often takes both natural talent and dedication to become a successful polyglot. Natural talent may help someone pick up a language faster, but it still takes dedication to practice and actively use the language to become proficient. Likewise, dedication can make up for a lack of natural talent, but it can take a lot more effort and time to achieve the same level of proficiency. Number 6. Accents. Polyglots who speak multiple languages have the ability to switch between accents of each language. Depending on the person, these accents may vary in intensity. When speaking a language, a polyglot may use an accent typical of the language's native speakers, or they may mix accents. Accents can affect a polyglot's pronunciation, intonation, and even the words they use. For example, a polyglot who speaks French and English may use certain French phrases and words when speaking English, and English phrases and words when speaking French. Similarly, a polyglot who speaks German, English, and Spanish may use certain German words when speaking Spanish, and certain Spanish words when speaking German. Polyglots often find themselves uniquely positioned to experience the nuances of different cultures and languages, which can further enrich their communication. Number 7. Methodical approach. When learning a new language, a methodical approach can be helpful for those who want to become polyglots. This approach involves breaking down the language into its component parts, such as grammar, vocabulary and pronunciation, and then focusing on each of these components in turn. It is helpful to set manageable goals and break the language down into manageable chunks that can be worked on over a period of time. In addition, practicing regularly and using the language in real-life situations can help to ensure that the language is learned effectively. Finally, using resources such as audio and video materials can help to ensure that the language is learned in a more interactive way. Number 8. Language immersion. Is the best way to become a polyglot. Language immersion is an effective way of learning a new language and becoming a polyglot. It is the process of immersing yourself in the language and culture of the language you are trying to learn. This can involve attending classes, interacting with native speakers, engaging in activities such as watching movies or TV shows in the language, and listening to music in the language. It also involves actively using the language in conversation in order to become proficient in it. Language immersion is an effective way to become a polyglot as it allows you to become immersed in the language and culture and attain a deeper understanding of it. Number 9. Downsides. Some polyglots experience a phenomenon known as language paralysis. This is when an individual has acquired such a vast amount of language knowledge and is aware of different nuances in each language that they can become overwhelmed when trying to produce speech. They may have difficulty in making a choice between possible expressions and can even forget their own mother tongue. Additionally, they may find it difficult to communicate due to the fact that they are so used to switching between language that they can get confused and mix the languages up. Finally, the intense amount of study that is required to become a polyglot can be very time-consuming. Number 10. Exploring different cultures is one of the key advantages of being a polyglot. Being a polyglot allows you to explore different cultures in ways that would be impossible if you only spoke one language. By being able to communicate with people who speak different languages, you can learn about their traditions, customs, and beliefs. This can help you understand different cultures more deeply and gain insights into people's values and opinions. It can also provide opportunities to exchange knowledge and experiences, as well as gain an appreciation for different cultures. Additionally, being a polyglot can open up doors to a wider range of travel and job opportunities. As you become more confident in different languages, you can find yourself in places you wouldn't be able to go otherwise. And finally, being able to communicate in various languages gives you the ability to communicate with a larger range of people, bridging cultural gaps and strengthening connections. Number 11. Constantly learning. New languages can have a positive effect on the brain. Studies have shown that constantly learning new languages can have an array of positive effects on the brain. For example, studying a foreign language is linked to higher cognitive abilities, an improved memory, and an increased ability to multitask. Additionally, polyglots tend to be more creative because they have a better understanding of nuances in language, which can help them make better analogies. Finally, learning a foreign language has been linked to a delay of the onset of neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Therefore, constantly learning new languages can have a positive effect on the brain and can even help to protect against neurological diseases. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for today's video on interesting facts about polyglots. Make sure to check out our channel for more videos on curiosities from around the world. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of new videos. Until next time, stay curious.